General Vang Pao's leadership during the covert operations in Laos is widely celebrated, as he emerged as a symbol of resistance against communist forces. His enduring legacy continues to shape the understanding and interpretation of Laotian history. The historical context surrounding the Vietnam War delineates Laos as a significant battleground. U.S. military operations in this region were often shrouded in secrecy and remained largely unrecognized, resulting in profound loss of life and persistent struggles for peace. Central to U.S. foreign policy during this period was the concept of the domino theory, which posited that a communist takeover in Laos would trigger a widespread regional shift. This theory underscored the interconnected fates of nations throughout Southeast Asia. Colonel Belair was assigned the crucial responsibility of training the people to engage in combat on behalf of U.S. forces, thereby highlighting the significant reliance on local populations for military operations. The recruitment processes for soldiers often entailed mandatory enlistment, with families facing dire consequences should they fail to comply. This illustrates the intense pressures exerted during wartime. Training for soldiers was conducted expeditiously, reflecting the urgent imperative for manpower to counter the well-organized and tenacious North Vietnamese forces. Child soldiers encountered extreme peril during combat, frequently lacking adequate training and support. Many found themselves in life-threatening situations, which led to tragic and devastating outcomes. Survivors of these conflicts grapple with both physical pain and emotional scars stemming from their battle experiences. The psychological toll of witnessing death and destruction can haunt them for years. Returning the remains of fallen soldiers to their families introduces an additional layer of grief for survivors. The emotional weight of these encounters can be particularly overwhelming for those in leadership positions. Air operations were instrumental for the United States, with the roles of radar and satellite tracking being crucial in guiding bombing missions directed at enemy positions. This technological advantage proved essential for achieving military objectives. The covert operations at Lima Site 85 were particularly significant, as they orchestrated a multitude of bombing campaigns against North Vietnam. This site has become a symbolic representation of the clandestine military strategies employed during the war. Women played a substantial role throughout the war, managing family farms and supporting their households while enduring the persistent impacts of ongoing conflict. Their resilience constituted an invaluable aspect of the war effort. The Indian Peace Accord, signed in 1973, aimed to establish a collaborative governance framework between the Communists and the Royal Lao government, fostering cooperation among previously opposing factions. Despite the initial optimism surrounding the formation of a representative Congress, the underlying conflicts remained unresolved. The citizens of Laos longed for lasting peace and stability following years of turmoil. As tensions heightened, the CIA facilitated a secret escape for General Vang amidst the chaos. His departure signaled the imminent collapse of the Royal Lao government to communist forces. The family's initial experiences at the airport underscore the uncertainty and fear surrounding the arrival of loved ones amidst the prevailing political turmoil. They waited anxiously for their family members to arrive safely. In the aftermath of the communist takeover, many families resorted to hiding in jungles to evade persecution, highlighting the desperate lengths they undertook for survival. The fear of being hunted by soldiers loomed ominously. The decision to terminate pregnancies due to the threat of violence underscores the desperation and fear that families faced during this tumultuous period. Choices were made under extreme duress and intense pressure. Families often navigated perilous journeys through dense forests, evading enemy forces while carrying their children and personal belongings. Many endured the anguish of separation from their loved ones along this treacherous path. Crossing the Mekong River constituted a critical challenge, particularly as many lacked swimming skills. The use of bamboo floats emerged as a practical strategy employed to navigate the treacherous waters. Upon reaching Thailand, refugees encountered uncertainty in temporary camps while awaiting permanent resettlement. Emotional reunions with family members provided relief amid the chaos and confusion of displacement. The camps housed individuals from diverse backgrounds, including those who were educated and wealthy, yet all faced the same dire conditions. This diversity underscored the shared struggles endured by the Hmong refugees. Thai authorities imposed strict regulations upon the refugees, including the enforcement of standing for the national anthem, which contributed to the stress and trauma experienced by the camp residents. Violations of these rules could result in severe punishments. Mental health challenges became increasingly prevalent among the Hmong refugees, particularly among men who struggled to articulate their trauma and depression. Cultural stigmas surrounding mental health issues further complicated their path to healing. PTSD emerged as a significant concern for veterans, who often grappled with traumatic experiences that lingered long after their service. The speaker reflects on their own symptoms and the challenges of coping with these lasting effects. Many veterans, particularly among the Hmong and Laotian communities, have fought courageously yet remain unrecognized and without access to essential benefits. The speaker advocates for equality in treatment and support, akin to that afforded to American veterans. The speaker emphasizes the bureaucratic obstacles encountered by veterans seeking acknowledgement and support. They express their frustration over the slow progress in securing necessary benefits and recognition for their sacrifices.